just you and I.
Just to warn people about today's video, it's going to be a bit hard, and I don't mean for it to be depressing, but today's video is going to be about the after effects of deconverting, and to explain, I'm going to use the scenes from the movie The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas. I'm not praising the film, nor am I critiquing the film. I think the film is about a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but was very historically inaccurate about how it depicts kids in concentration camps in Germany. To start, I will summarize the film. At the beginning of the film, we find out that the main character is named Bruno, an 8-year-old boy who lived in 1940s Germany. His father was an SS commandant of a Nazi concentration camp. When Bruno's family first went to run the concentration camp, Bruno was saddened by the fact that his family was leaving his friends in Berlin. Bruno, being an 8-year-old boy, knew nothing about the concentration camp and thought it was a farm. Through his window in his room in the commandant's house, he saw kids in the camp that he thought he could be friends with. Bruno, of course, being bored with the fact that he was being locked up in the commandant's house, broke out of the house and went to what he thought was the farm, but was actually a concentration camp. Bruno met a little Jewish boy by the name of Schmal. Schmal told Bruno a lot about the concentration camp from his perspective. Bruno was never influenced by the Nazi ideology, so it was easy for Bruno to question a lot of things. Bruno became skeptical of his father's ideology and was dealing with a lot of cognitive dissonance. He basically couldn't understand the idea of how somebody could be bad just because they were born a certain way or because of things they didn't have any control over. How could somebody be bad if they didn't choose to be bad? Bruno then found out that his friend had lost his family and was looking for them, but in reality they were dead. Eventually his friendship would lead Bruno to discover things about his biological father's ideology that he never knew. As an 8-year-old, I think he felt that he wasn't searching for his friend's family, but for his own. This was made clear when he entered the camp and was looking for his friend's family through the barracks of the camp. Even though he couldn't understand that the ideology was destroying families and lives, as an 8-year-old, he could see that it was doing just that. It didn't, in the end, turn out so well for Bruno, but what I could see was that when Bruno's biological father had found out that Bruno was dead, I got the impression from his father that it was Bruno's choice. What we should understand is that when we deconvert, it seems that a metaphorical fence appears between us and our religious family members, even though they cannot see it. Early in the film, there was a scene where Bruno is actually on the stairs of the commandant's house, and in between him and his family there seems to be what looks like an actual real fence, but it is a metaphorical fence for the divide based on ideology. If, of course, the fence was seen by his father, he would have basically denied it until he couldn't, and at that point he would have said that Bruno wasn't his son because he made his own choice. See, the idea is the ideology of Nazism basically controlled Germany in the 1940s. It was and still is a grandiose ideology in the sense that Germany outside of the concentration camps was not reality, and was. Nazism, basically on the outside of the concentration camps, controlled what people believed in, and on the inside, it controlled what they can do. Christianity is pretty much the same thing. People outside the metaphorical concentration camp that is reality, just like Bruno's father, they do not even know that the fence even exists. This is hard for a lot of us atheists who are still dependent on those who are fundamentalists in our families because they deny us until they can't deny us anymore, and at that point they disown us. This is why it is better for us to come out to them when we move away from them, because it makes them think. In reality, there are many of us atheists wearing striped pajamas, and we sit back and look at the other side of the fence, and then we say how ridiculous people are for believing a delusion that is tearing people's families apart and destroying reality. Note, the biggest goal of us atheists is to show what religion is doing to reality, to show that metaphorical fence, to let people who are religious see the falsehoods of their side of the fence, that it is false, that it is fake, that it is not real. Let me know if you like this video. If you love me, you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and you can donate to me on Patreon. I usually post my scripts there for those who donate $1 to my Patreon. All links are in the description below. Thank you.